All right, let's dive into one of the coolest, most mind-bending parts of AI today, natural language processing. You'll hear it called NLP. And really, it's all about one big, audacious goal, teaching machines how to understand and actually speak our language. Simple idea, right? But incredibly complex to pull off. And here's the thing. You might think this is some sci-fi far-off technology, but I guarantee you're already using it. Constantly. Every single day. I mean, have you ever asked Siri or Alexa for the weather? Or watched Gmail just know what's spam and what isn't? What about autocorrect saving you from a seriously embarrassing typo? Yep. Every single one of those moments, that's you using incredibly sophisticated NLP without even thinking twice about it. So what is this thing officially? Well, think of NLP as the ultimate bridge between us humans and computers. It's like a universal translator, but instead of translating French to English, it's translating our messy, super nuanced, and let's be honest, kind of chaotic way of talking into something a machine that only that's ones and zeros can actually understand. Okay, but here's the catch. This translation job, it is so much harder than it sounds. For a computer, our language isn't a clear set of instructions. Nope. It's a giant, sprawling puzzle just packed with hidden meanings, context clues, and all sorts of traps. Let me show you what I mean with a classic example. Check out this sentence. I saw a man with the telescope. Seems totally simple, right? No big deal. But wait a second. Think about it. Who actually has the telescope? Are you using the telescope to see the man? Or is the man you're looking at the one holding it? All of a sudden, that super simple sentence isn't so simple anymore, is it? See, for us, for human, context would probably clear this up instantly. But for a machine, both of those meanings are perfectly logical. This right here is called the ambiguity problem, and it's one of the absolute biggest headaches for anyone working in NLP. And believe me, the puzzle gets way, way harder. It's not just about confusing sentence structures. Computers have to figure out things like sarcasm, irony, slang, abbreviations. The list goes on. I mean, just imagine trying to explain to a computer why saying, "Oh, great," right after you spill coffee all over your laptop actually means the exact opposite of great. It's a nightmare. So, okay, we've established it's really hard. The big question is, how on earth do we actually teach a machine to read with all these challenges? Well, it's not magic, I promise. It's a very systematic process, a journey that takes all that linguistic chaos and turns it into something a computer can actually work with. And that journey usually goes through what we call the NLP pipeline. The best way to think about it is like an assembly line, but for language. First, you take the raw text, then you clean it all up, then you chop it into individual words. After that, you have to convert those words into numbers. And finally, you feed all of that process data into an AI model to train it. So those first couple of steps are really all about prep work. You take a sentence, you clean it up, make everything lowercase, get rid of punctuation, and then you split it into these little individual pieces called tokens. You can really think of them as the Lego bricks of language. They're these small, standard, easy to work with pieces. And this next part, this is probably the single most important thing to understand. Computers do not read words. They don't speak English, they don't speak Japanese. They speak one language, and one language only, math. So a word like fun is completely meaningless to a computer until we turn it into a number. Now, the early ways of doing this were pretty basic. There was a method called bag of words that literally just counted how many times each word showed up. Simple stuff. But today's techniques, like word embeddings, are on a whole other level. They don't just count words. They actually capture the meaning and context. It's like they build a giant map of language where words like king and queen or walking and running are placed close to each other because they're related. And that brings us right up to today, to the absolute state of the art. The big models you've heard of, like GPT, they use something called a transformer architecture. And what's so revolutionary is that instead of reading a sentence one word at a time, they look at every single word and how it relates to every other word in the sentence, all at the same time. This massive understanding of context is exactly how they can finally solve that tricky telescope problem we talked about earlier. Okay, so we've gone through the whole pipeline. We see how a machine learns to read. But so what? What's the payoff? Let's take a look at how this process actually powers some of the incredible apps that are, well, basically changing our world. This whole pipeline makes so many amazing things possible. For instance, text classification. That's what's happening under the hood when your email is sorted into spam versus not spam. Sentiment analysis. That's what figures out if a product review is positive or negative. And then there's something called named entity recognition, which can scale a huge news article and just instantly pull out every person, place, and date. Let's zoom in on that one for a second. Sentiment analysis. Say we give the machine a really simple piece of text, like a review that just says, "I loved the movie." Now, remember, the machine isn't really reading that sentence. It processes it and then spits out a number. In this case, it might give it a score of positive 0.92. That's the machine's way of saying, I am very, very confident that this is a positive emotion. So why is this so important? Why bother turning an emotion into a number? Well, because companies use this for everything. They can track their brand's reputation on social media like minute by minute. They can analyze tens of thousands of customer reviews in the blink of an eye. It lets them take this huge, messy ocean of human opinions and turn it into cold, hard data they can actually act on. So that's what's happening today, right now. But this field is moving at lightning speed. So the really exciting question is, what's next? What's coming up just over the horizon? Well, what we're seeing is a future that's even more deeply woven into our lives. We're talking about conversational AI that feels so much less like you're talking to a clunky robot and more like you're talking to an actual person. We're looking at universal models that can understand and translate between hundreds of languages seamlessly. And maybe one of the most important things, we're getting explainable NLP, where the AI can actually tell us why it made a certain decision. And that's a huge step for trust and transparency. So let's just end on this one, a really powerful idea. Think about it. Text is the most abundant type of data in the entire world. All of our books, our emails, our social media posts, it contains pretty much the sum of all human knowledge. And NLP is the key that is finally unlocking all of that, turning this endless ocean of words into actual knowledge, into real decisions, and into concrete actions. It's a pretty amazing time to be alive, isn't it?